Grand Rising. It's clear to me that my videos are being not blocked, but limited views. That's like easy to figure that out. I've been out this road many moons ago, about a year and a half ago, when most of the stuff that I was speaking about, they kind of like either content or whatever, or breaking certain guidelines. So I learned to play around or within that parameter of stuff. So I'm careful how I dance around certain issues and what I said and what I say. So you wonder, in this day and age, we have the E files. You guys pick that. Think about that. The E files. You have the D files. You have the UFO files. You have bunkers being built. I believe, I don't know where I heard this from, or it was just something that I read. Like a certain country has actually built bunkers for the entire community or the entire country, so to speak. It's I have to double check that, so don't quote me on that. I don't know why that came to my mind, but certain people are preparing for certain things that are actually coming, or you mean what's actually in store, and you can't fight it. Then you have Apophis, which is that meteor is supposed to be um, April 13th, 2028, or April 13th, 2029. They're kind of dismissed it a few times that it came back. It's going to do its little thing and bounce off the other way, like almost like the Three-Eye Atlas did, right? Stuff like that. But they're saying it's supposed to make its close proximity to the Earth, roughly around that. But when you read that, it sounds like the wormwood in the Bible, which is Apophis. Then there's more things added onto that equation. We have the Adam and Eve story, which is a 7,000 year clock. We all know man was before that. Pre-Adamites were way before that. But when you do the math and you understand what the 7,000 years is, it's actually called a sabbatical cycle, right? And that that's 7,000 years times 7, which is 49, right? So that's where you get the 49,000 from. But each cycle is 7,000. And that's 7,000, when you work it out to human years, is actually 2.5 billion years. This is why when you can times 2.5 times 2, they give you roughly the creation of Earth. It was actually about 4.5 billion years ago, which is actually, when the cycles end, it's actually 5 billion years old, right? But man and woman and stuff like that, and then Adam and Eve came in the equation. That's roughly all in the exact same 2.5 billion years. But prior to that, 4.5, basically the Earth was created. And if you do the math, you do the 49,000 basically times the 300 and whatever it is, 365,000. That works to be I think it's 365,000. I think you have to use that math. That works out to be the universe, the Big Bang creation. That's what it actually works out to. Or if you want to take the 2.5 billion, right? Just do the math. 2.5 billion times the other formula for that is, if you want to take the 2.5 billion times 6. We all know 5 major events happened, and then I told you about the other one, which was the the man and woman, but there was no mist. There was actually a reset. So you take it 6. You take 6 of those extinction dates. It's not really pure extinctions. It's like 85%, 75%. You take those numbers. That's 6 times the 2.5 billion, which will give you the Big Bang creation, which is the start of the Earth. So you have all that playing out. And as I said to you, the zodiac sign, they go backwards, we go forward, because we're actually in Pisces now. The next one is actually Taurus, I think, next, right? Sorry. Pisces, the next one is Aries, right? And then it goes through, then Aries, then it goes Taurus. We go forward. When they go about calculation of the Earth and the zodiac, they go backwards. Christ is Aries, Pisces. We're supposed to be going into the ushering into the Aquarius, so that means they go backwards. So we've actually done 26,000 when you do the math, because you do the 2,000 times the 13 is actually 26,000. So that means you just completed a 360 circle, which is the zodiac sign complete right to its T. And when you actually do that, one is actually offsets the other, because every 13,000 years, right, the Vegas and the Polaris stars interact. The North Magnetic Pole moves to, right now, some Polaris, it moves to Vega, which is 13,000 years, right? So that means you're in a cusp of a 13, which is still technically inside the 26,000. It does that twice in a 26-year cycle. But we're actually moving. This is why the Earth's shifting. This is why the Earth is going through its Earth and birth pains. All these things are actually unfolding at this moment in particular time, right? The 7,000 of Adam and Eve is actually finished, which gives you the 2.5 billion years is actually finishing now. And so all these things are actually equating, right? And this will actually usher in the seventh cataclysm event, extinction event. This is what it's all about. Think about this, people. I mean, they're not showing these videos for a particular reason. I can get it. I understand. But I'm gonna leave that alone. You're gonna actually see right now where I'm actually. This is just a snapshot of what I'm speaking of. So I've actually created a YouTube channel. All the stuff I've been doing is actually, well, not all the stuff. The last 3 or 4 videos are actually on YouTube under this exact same name. Peace out. Stay safe and stay strong.